Hello, everybody. My name is Jared Weathers, and today I have another interview with we call him a TBW legend, I guess. I would. He's probably, he's really great. He's my baby brother's favorite wrestler in TBW, Johnny Blade. Hello, Johnny.
Hello there. Thank you for having me. I saw the last one with Dak, and I was like, man, this is really cool.
Well, thank you. I'm actually very happy to have you on here. I showed my baby brother, who is turning 8 years old, TBW, and he's like, I have my favorite wrestler. And I asked him who it was, and he said Johnny Blade. So,
Johnny Blade. That makes me really happy to hear. That made my day. Wow.
Yeah, man. I was like waiting for it. He's like, he's setting up for like this huge reveal. And I honestly I can see why you're a really great
he's a great performer, dude.
He's a great performer.
I've seen his matches. He's good.
I was kind of hoping for you to stay TBW champion a little longer, but stuff happens, right?
Yeah, stuff happens. I always look at it as it's whatever I think would be better for the company I'm always willing to give up a championship as long as the match is what it should be.
Right, and you're a great worker. You can tell that you love it, unlike some people. But hey, you know what? You and Dak and Tyler, you guys just elevated that company to the highest points.
Thank you, man. I like that we give off that impression because TBW is like our child.
Right.
We built it from the ground up, and I love where it's at now, and I just can't wait really for the future.
Yeah. Well,
they all got future potential, like pro wrestling careers.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll talk about the future, but first I want to talk about the past. I want to talk about what made you want to become a wrestler and kind of when you got started into it.
Well, believe it or not, I did not stumble upon wrestling on my own. It was actually Dakota and Tyler. I was like 8 years old, and it was the first time I had a trampoline, and they showed me what wrestling and stuff was, and I really got a liking to it. And they were like, "Yo, let's try some of this on the trampoline." Like we were 8 or 9, and that's really where I started from. Was Dakota and Tyler.
See, so you started wrestling with them after that? Like, how much did you guys start wrestling after that?
How much?
Yeah, like,
we wrestled. Once we really got into it, we wrestled quite often. And it was really just a neighborhood thing because that's around the time we wrestled for maybe a couple of years, just the three of us, and then we started getting a couple of my neighbors, Hardhead and JMF, and kind of taught them a thing or two, and it really just turned into our own little company with just boxes as tables and plastic belts,
Right, yeah. Kind of like, how many incarnations of Johnny Blade? Like, you have some wrestlers that become like, you have Mankind that eventually becomes basically just Mick Foley behind a mask. Is there like anything like that kind of happened with Johnny Blade, or?
Yeah. Oh God. So when I was first starting out, I was a very cheesy gimmick character. And starting out, I think the name I came up with was like American Eagle. Yeah. And I don't know why I thought that was so cool at the time. Looking back on it, it's just, why did I do that? But I liked the really cheesy stuff. And then after that, I really started liking Undertaker. And I wanted to be more and more like him, so I came up with a new character called Terminator.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And once I really got older, I was like, I need to kind of step away from this cheesy stuff and get a little bit more professional now. Because Tyler, he's always been Tyler Green. Dak was DRH. I mainly was just switching around my name. And that's when I came up with Smoke, and I thought that was, a little bit less cheesy. And then here we are with Johnny Blade.
How many title reigns have you had in TBW?
How many titles?
Yeah.
I've had the Intercontinental, quite a couple of times. And I believe I've been a 2-time world champion.
Only 2 times?
2 or 3.
We need to get that number up a little bit.
Oh yeah, I need to get that number up a bit. Because I know the first time I won it was with the Case. And then eventually I lost it to Tyler. And that's when I started going after the Intercontinental.
Who's your favorite one to work with in the company right now?
Match-wise, or just like in general, like talking with and
kind of both. Like, who do you like working in the ring with more, and who do you like working like with storylines on with?
Storyline. You see, it's kind of I'm split down the middle here because my favorite one to wrestle is Dak. And doing a storyline, I like doing storylines with Tyler. So it's really hard for me to pick, but overall, I'm going to have to go with Dak because me and him always end up having really, really good matches.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that because Dak is a really good wrestler and you're a really good wrestler, and you can put two really good wrestlers together, it creates magic, and you can tell.
Yeah, me and him are just, the reason I think that our chemistry is so well is just we've practiced for almost like 10 years together. It's just how it is. Whenever I go out and practice, it's normally me and Dakota. Now, just because me and Dakota put on great matches, that doesn't mean I'm just shooting Tyler down completely. Like, I'm not trying to do that at all.
Right.
Like, Tyler is a fantastic wrestler.
Totally agree.
And the best on the mic, in my opinion.
So you grew up kind of worshiping Undertaker, as most of us eventually do. Is there anyone else you kind of looked up to that, like, oh, I could like put these guys together and kind of make this character out of it, or anything like that?
Growing up, my favorite was always Edge.
Bingo! I like this guy already.
And looking back on it, I think I've tried to model my Johnny Blade a little bit towards an Edge side.
Actually makes a lot of sense. You can actually kind of see that influence in your work.
Yeah, I feel like now that I am thinking about it, I do tend to, I see it a little bit.
So I talked to Dak, and he's more for the indie scene. What's like a couple promotions you like to watch more?
More than WWE?
Or WWE, or just the stuff that you kind of watch, like
I
more often than
watch
others.
I watch New Japan. That's what I've been watching a lot lately. I don't like I obviously do not like watching WWE anymore. It's at the state where I for a while I stopped watching wrestling because I really didn't realize that I could have just gone to YouTube and watched New Japan. So for a while I kind of didn't watch anything.
Right.
And I'm starting to try to get back into watching a lot more New Japan because New Japan is New Japan. It's phenomenal.
Agreed.
So
I think we're all kind of in that boat now where WWE is still the biggest one in America, but we're all kind of watching New Japan and ROH and stuff.
oh yeah, it's the wrestling is just uncomparable as well as the storylines.
Totally agree. Who's your favorite New Japan so far?
My favorite in New Japan, that is a hard one.
Yes, it is a hard question, but
That's a really hard question. Honestly, I'm really liking Naito.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really liking Naito. Like obviously, there's the big guys like Kenny, but I've never been one to attach myself to like the big stars of the company. Like John Cena, for example, I've never really been one to like go for that.
Right. Yeah, I totally know what you mean. I totally understand that point of view. So you started wrestling at 8. You got trained by Dak and Tyler. Is there like anything like move wise? Is there anything you guys kind of like? Oh, I want that one, or like you guys kind of like thought about something like that, or?
Thought about? Not really. It's always been a matter of like when someone, let's say, someone would want a new finisher or something, and it'd be something that a lot of the big names would use. It's kind of like we would argue on the fact that like it's not a good idea.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. So it's kind of like, well, we could also do this move that's not as popular. We're not kind of like trying to rip off anybody.
Yeah, like how everybody uses the Rainmaker.
Right.
Like I don't want to be known as I don't want one of my friends to be known as just another copycat.
Right. I totally get that. So I've done like 3 other interviews, and we all kind of shoot on Quentin Zero. Is there anything you want to say about him?
Quentin Zero. So far, I haven't had the biggest, I guess, problem with him. It's just a matter of the fact that he can't be here a lot, and I just feel like when he is here, he needs to practice more.
Makes sense.
Like, that's the one thing I always try to push is practicing and stuff like that, because if you don't watch wrestling, you're not going to get better.
Right. Wrestling's like any other sport. You practice to get better.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. I totally understand that part.
Yeah.
Was there anything like kind of like I'm not really sure how to word this. Like when you watch wrestling and you kind of see like the transition moves, is there anything like that you kind of took away from all those wrestlers you watched, WWE, like Seth Rollins had the sling blade, kind of took it from Japan and kind of made it his own kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Hmm. One thing that I really took away was CM Punk's neck breaker, where he would throw you at the ropes and like twist around you with your arms and neck breaker you. I really wanted to try doing that, and I started doing it for a while. I guess it's the last time I did it was one of the Rampages before No Ropes, No Rules. But yeah, that's really the main thing that I've taken. I don't know. I don't like copying people unless I think it's worth it, I guess. I don't know.
Right. That's the one thing I want to ask. I want to ask you, how did you guys come up with the name Rampage? Is that like just kind of like when someone threw it out, like, oh, that'd be a good name for something, or?
Yeah, like the way us like naming things, the way it works is we all really just sit around and just throw out name ideas. Like someone will say something and then they'll either try to use the name but like in a different way, or just completely scrap it and just throw a new one in. So it's really just a matter of someone said it and we were like, dude, that actually sounds good, let's use it.
Okay, yeah, I was wanting to ask Dak that, but I kind of forgot. So I wanted to ask you about it because I know you're on that kind of creative committee.
Yeah, he's on the committee.
Kind of thing. So I want to ask you that.
Yeah. It's just creativity.
Right. So I do want to tell you that I watched No Ropes, No Rules 3 last month, and I liked your match a lot. Like, I thought it was probably the best one on the card.
Thank you, man. We really tried working hard with that one.
I did like the spot where Tyler picked up Ian. Who it was Ian in that match, right?
Yeah, it was Ian.
Yeah. He picked up Ian, and he was kind of having a little bit of a difficult time, and then you come over, help him, and just put him through the plywood.
Yeah, I saw that there was like a little bit of trouble, and I was like, alright, I'm just gonna go over here and just help him with it if it's really going to.
Whose idea was that spot? Was that yours or Tyler's or Ian's?
The way we came up with that is we had 2 tables, and we gave one table to Dak's match, and we gave the other one to our match. And so they came up with their spot for it, and we were just kind of on our own to come up with our spot for it. And it really just came down to, you know what? I feel like a power bomb would be suitable for the match, and that's just kind of how it happened. I really was not expecting for it to be me and Tyler. That just kind of happened.
Right. It was kind of cool though, just to kind of see you like come around and just help him up, because it just looked really cool the way that it happened.
Yeah, I was really questioning on how it was going to look in the match. I was just kind of like, are people going to take like, oh, we're friends now, or is it just going to be it just happened in the match kind of deal? It was a little bit risky when I thought of it.
It did look that way, but you guys pulled it off, and I don't think Ian got hurt, did he?
No, it was good.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. Yeah, that was probably my favorite spot in the whole match, just because it just looked really. I like the hardcore stuff.
Yeah, I've always been the same way. Always loved the hardcore stuff.
It sometimes it just looks better than punching people in the face.
Yeah. But every now and then it just gets too much.
Yeah.
Like, I completely understand that. Like, not a lot of people like watching It's like CCW takes it a little bit too far. I don't know if you've seen them, but it's oh god, it's terrible.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. That does take a little too far.
There's always a limit, and I think we've hit that limit on multiple occasions.
Yeah, yeah. So, is it harder to get you guys, like, everyone together to do a show?
Yes. It is really it's really hard to get everybody here, because especially with the newer people have jobs. There's people have to somehow get to our location. You know, sometimes it'll be raining, sometimes it'll be muddy out. It's a lot of things just factor down into how we wrestle and get everybody there, and it's just a hassle, and I hate it so much. But I love the new people that we're getting in. I love that we have new talent.
Yeah, I always liked when WWE would bring in like people from NXT and just kind of freshen up everything on the main roster.
Yeah, you just want to. It's freshening it up, and you just want to see what they can do.
Right, and I mean, right now we don't really have anyone freshening up anything because they don't really get used as much or overused or whatever. But
yeah, we're really trying now that we have more people. It's just we're not used to booking all the people, so we're trying to interpret a lot more storylines and a lot more just trying to use the people that we have, the new talent that we have. So that's been our main challenge, but I really hope for everything that we have upcoming, it's going to work out.
Yeah, I really hope it does, because I really like watching you guys' stuff, because it's like it's on a lower level than like PWG or whatever, but it's you can feel that you guys really love what you're doing. You love the product you're trying to put out, and you can see it and you can feel it when you watch it.
Yeah, it's I definitely I love what I do, and I really love that. I don't honestly. I just was going on a tangent. Sorry about that. Sorry. I don't know where I was going with that.
It's completely fine, man. It's your interview. I'm just the host of this. It's your interview, man. Do whatever you want. But so Clash for the Case, I've only heard one match. You're gonna have a match on there, right?
Clash for the Case, we try not to book really more than one match for a pay-per-view like that, because we want to make the main attraction the best, and with all the talent that we have, we don't want it to be overthrown, but at the same time we need to have something other than Clash for the Case. So really it's just one match and then Clash for the Case.
Oh, I see. All right. Tony, is there anything you want to add into this?
Add into this?
No? Nothing? So I like I said, you're my baby brother's favorite one. I call my baby brother, but he's 8, so he's not like a baby, but I had him watch Clash for the Case, or not Clash for the Case, No Ropes, No Rules 3, and I always forgot what we were talking about here, but but I had him watch it, and he really enjoyed it, and he really enjoyed you, and I'm not surprised because you're really good, and I can see you having a future anywhere you want to go. You can go to ROH or whatever, and I can see you being one of the top guys there.
Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. That's one of the main reasons why I do this is because I love wrestling and I want others to enjoy everything I do as well and everything that I love doing. That's the way I've always thought of it, is I just want others to have the same passion as I do.
I do have a kind of a future question for you. If you, Tyler, and Dak all kind of left, and you guys, and there's a promotion out there, whatever, that wants to kind of bring all you guys in, would there be like a chance to have you three as kind of like a faction? You know what I mean?
I feel like that would be really cool. It's always been on all of our minds, obviously, because it's me, Tyler, and Dakota. Like, we've always wanted to do something like that. We've always wanted it to be the three of us, but I feel like if we did the three of us, TBW wouldn't do very well, and I don't think it'd be very good for business. But if it was another promotion, I feel like that would be really cool.
I agree. I agree. I would really like to see you three kind of go into like, I've told Dak, I could see him in ROH. I could see all three of you guys in ROH and kind of make a faction and kind of thing.
Yeah, that would be really, really cool.
So
if all three of us were there and they booked it, that would be phenomenal. I would love that.
So I don't really do this much, but someone wants to say hi to you real quick.
Alright.
Hi.
Hey. What's going on?
Well, you're my favorite.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
I really do appreciate that a lot.
Well, he was very happy when he got to talk to you.
Yeah, he was speechless, bro. Dude, fucking give him chills, bro.
Yeah, my baby brother, he's a very shy kind of kid, so.
That's all right. That's kind of how I was growing up.
And now you're on YouTube. You guys have a YouTube channel that has over 1,000 subscribers.
Oh,
I never thought in a million years that I would ever do that.
really?
Never.
Wow, man, it's crazy because like, I mean, you guys are like us. We're just wrestling fans that just want to wrestle.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we are. We're just wrestling fans that just want to wrestle.
And that's it. I think it all kind of crosses the mind of wrestling fans. Like, well, I kind of want to do that too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know, because if you start doing it, you might get as many views as them.
Yeah.
And then it's like, holy shit! I thought I would only get like 10 viewers.
Right.
Just fucking.
Well, you guys
Yeah.
get.
Our first video, we weren't expecting anything for our first video.
Right.
But like somehow in the first day we got like 100 views, and we're like, what? Like it blew our minds. We were absolutely speechless. And then the day that we hit 1,000 subscribers, it was one of the happiest days, at least of my life, because it was just something I never thought would happen. I never thought someone would have like actually wanted to click on and see me wrestle in a backyard.
Right. Yeah, I found you guys through my friend Aaron.
Yeah, because originally I was watching like ESW and other like backyard wrestling, and I'm just like, and Aaron like told me and Jared about your guys' promotion. I'm like, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
Backyard wrestling. I mean, shoot. It's like 90% of the thing I watch on YouTube nowadays because it's actually entertaining as fuck.
It really is entertaining. It really
Yeah.
is. So Team Backyard Wrestling, TBW, has 1.3 thousand subscribers.
Yep. It's amazing. It still does blow my mind. Oh, man.
And your latest pay-per-view, No Ropes, No Rules 3, has 4.7 thousand views.
Yeah, again, it blows my mind that so many people want to see us wrestle. Because, like, looking on it, we're really, in all honesty, we're really just a bunch of kids in our backyards.
Right.
Right, that's how
Like,
it always starts. Just
and yet people still want to see it, and it's mind blowing. It really is.
Well, it's kind of like what WCW was in the 90s. It's alternative. It's different.
Yeah, it's different.
So people want to see different. They don't want to keep seeing the same thing. They want to see different. And YouTube and the internet really helps that out.
Yeah, it helps that out a lot. Because the same thing over again, it gets just too old.
Well, I'm honestly really glad that you guys started wrestling. You guys started a YouTube channel because you guys are really, really good, and you guys actually care about what you do.
Thank you. Thank you a lot for that.
yeah, dude, like you guys made a success out of it.
Yeah.
Like 10 years from now, they're gonna like look back and it's like it's where it all started. Like, you know.
Yep.
Gonna have all the old footages and everything.
Yeah, you guys are. You guys could be legends in your own right. Like no doubt about it.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, if there was a backyard wrestling Hall of Fame, you, Dak, it would have definitely for sure. I would induct
First
you
two.
guys. Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know if I can say thank you enough.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
for-
and Dak
For
for
real,
doing
for
this
entertaining
interviews and
interviewing.
just kind of letting other wrestling fans kind of in on your promotion. Honestly, I started watching you guys, and I didn't think I'd ever meet any of you.
Yeah, like we didn't think we'd come in like association. So like one day when you guys become pros, we're gonna be like, we knew them.
Yeah.
Like, we like like.
We're friends with those guys,
we
right?
got their snap. We got.
No, honestly, when I started doing it, I never thought I'd meet anybody that watched us. Like, I never thought something like.
We lost them.
We lost him.
Yeah.
What the heck? That's weird.
I hate this internet here. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
We kind of lost the connection, but we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
No, but I'm really grateful for you and Dag to do this interview with me.
Hey man, I'm happy to be here. Like, I'm grateful that you wanted me to do this.
honestly, I was I wanted to do you first just because I'm not really sure why. I wanted to interview you first, and it kind of happened that I even interviewed Dak first, but I am really glad I got to interview at least. It's great.
Right.
I'm really happy to actually to do this, man. When you did it with Dak, I was like, man, I really want to do this. Like, I listened to most of it. And I was like, man, this is really cool. And then he told me, he's like, yeah, dude, this guy, he's really cool. Knows a lot about wrestling. Watches us. It was really cool, and I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, me and Dak actually talked about doing a kind of like a round table for TBW, kind of get everyone to kind of talk about it and their experiences, and I asked him if I could host that, and he said yes, and I can't really wait for that to happen because that will be amazing to talk to all of you guys.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually sounds like really.
But yeah, so I'm just really happy I can do this with you guys, and I eventually want to interview everybody, kind of go, through the entire company and.
Right.
Yeah, that would be really cool. That'd be really cool. If you need me to send a word to anybody, just let me know.
I would like to do Tyler next.
All right.
Mr. Tyler Green there. But yeah, so thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me, man.
I hope you guys keep pumping out content because I love watching it.
Oh yeah, definitely. We will definitely not be falling off the face of the earth.
Hell no.
Awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you everyone for listening. For Johnny Blade, the great Johnny Blade, the legendary TBW champion who needs to win it more. He needs to win that championship way more. Because he deserves it. Like you deserve it like at least 7 times just to beat Dak, just to shove it in his face. But Johnny Blade, go watch TBW. Follow him on every social media.
At this point, he'll just give out a snap on the
right?
TV.
My name is Jared Weathers. Tony's also in the studio with a little guest appearance from my baby brother. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Johnny Blade. I can't thank you enough for doing this, man. I really can't.
Really
Man,
cool,
I can't thank you enough for having me. I loved this. Anytime.
See, you guys never thought that you would have people watch you wrestle in the backyard. I'm in my room doing an interview with Johnny Blade.
Right, like Jared, you didn't think you could ever interview someone like that
No.
do backyard
And you telling me that you wanted to do that, that made my day.
that just tops it off.
It's great. If you were here, I'd bow to you.
I
but-
wish you the most, man. I
Yes,
I
same
wish
for
you
you,
the most.
man.
Yeah, man, you deserve everything you get. All the accomplishments, all the championships. You deserve it all, man.
Thank you.
Well, this was about 40 minutes, so I'm going to let you go and be the great Johnny Blade in real life and everything.
Yeah, right.
Well, hopefully we'll talk soon.
Oh, most definitely.
Thank you everyone for listening. For Johnny Blade, for Tony, for myself, go read a book. Or go watch TBW. Go watch that. Go watch TBW.